In a world where viral moments often determine the trajectory of an artist's career, few have made such an impact as Beabadoobee. It's a name that rose to prominence seemingly overnight, with millions captivated by her raw talent, unique sound, and the authenticity she poured into every lyric. But how did it all start? How did a girl from London, with just a guitar and a voice, take the internet, and later, the world, by storm? Beabadoobee didn't follow the traditional route to stardom. Raised in London, she was far from a household name in the music industry when she first started. She was just a teenager with a passion for songwriting and a deep connection to the music of the 90s. Bands like the Smashing Pumpkins, Nirvana, and Sonic Youth influenced her sound. Guitar-driven, gritty, yet emotionally raw. This was a girl who spent her time jamming out in a room, crafting music that spoke to her and those around her. In 2017, after uploading a handful of songs to SoundCloud and Bandcamp, Beabadoobee caught the attention of independent music fans, many of whom were drawn to her raw, acoustic pop sound that felt both nostalgic and fresh. But it wasn't until 2018, with the release of her debut single, Coffee, that things truly began to change. Coffee was simple, a soft, sweet, and mellow song, driven by an acoustic guitar, with lyrics that spoke of longing, youth, and an aching for connection. It's the kind of track that resonates with anyone who's ever felt the weight of their emotions and the lightness of a fleeting moment. Fans connected with it immediately, and within months, Beabadoobee's Spotify streams skyrocketed. The song became a quiet anthem for a generation of young people navigating love, heartbreak, and everything in between. Her popularity on social media, especially Instagram and TikTok, played a huge role in amplifying the song. The world had found an indie pop gem who didn't need flashy production to capture an audience. Her charm was in her simplicity. Fans embraced her DIY approach, drawn not only to her music, but to the authenticity that came with it. Beabadoobee wasn't just an artist. She was a voice for those who felt overlooked, who wanted something real. It wasn't long before major labels took notice. In 2019, she signed with the label Dirty Hit, home to artists like the 1975 and Wolf Alice. This marked a significant moment in her career, as it gave her access to resources that would help amplify her sound without compromising her identity. She quickly followed up Coffee with If You Want To and Disappear, two tracks that solidified her place in the indie music scene. By 2020, Beabadoobee's debut EP, Patched Up, was released, and she began to cement her position as one of the most promising voices in indie rock. But it was her breakout single Care from the 2020 EP Space Cadet that truly defined her sound. It resonated with listeners far beyond the typical indie music crowd, capturing the attention of mainstream outlets like BBC Radio 1 and Rolling Stone. Beabadoobee's music was no longer just a niche. It was beginning to cross over into the mainstream. Her raw lyrics and ability to tap into universal emotions appealed to people from all walks of life. The music video for Care featured scenes of her in an ethereal, dreamlike setting, which fit perfectly with the song's floating, atmospheric tone. It was clear that Beabadoobee wasn't just another indie artist. She was shaping her own lane. 2021 marked a pivotal moment in Beabadoobee's career. Her debut album, Fake It Flowers, was released, and the world was introduced to a more mature Beabadoobee, one who had evolved both as an artist and as a person. The album's singles, including Sorry and Worth It, saw the artist embracing a fuller, more dynamic sound, combining grunge-inspired guitar riffs with introspective, emotionally charged lyrics. Fans couldn't get enough. Fake It Flowers was a critical and commercial success, earning Beabadoobee spots on major festival lineups and slots opening for global superstars like Halsey and Clairo. But what really set her apart was the way her music spoke to the emotional complexity of her generation. Beabadoobee's blend of vulnerability and strength created a unique space where fans felt understood. She wasn't afraid to show her scars, whether emotional or personal. She spoke about loneliness, about heartbreak, and about being unapologetically yourself, even when the world didn't understand. Her influence grew, with millions of monthly listeners on Spotify, thousands of fans worldwide, and critical praise from publications like Pitchfork. Beabadoobee was a rising star. She was more than just a musician. She was an icon for a new wave of indie artists who had the power to influence not only music, but culture as well. However, as with many artists who rise quickly, the pressure to maintain success and relevance can become overwhelming. For Beabadoobee, the fall didn't come in one dramatic event, but through a series of challenges that many successful musicians face in today's fast-paced industry. After the initial success of Fake It Flowers, Beabadoobee's second album, Beatopia, was supposed to mark her evolution as an artist. However, the album's mixed reception demonstrated the high bar that Beabadoobee had set for herself. While it was clear that she was experimenting and pushing her sound, Beatopia didn't hit the same widespread acclaim that her debut had. The contrast between the two albums wasn't just about sound, but also expectations. Her fans were hoping for the magic they had initially fallen in love with, and some felt that Beatopia didn't quite deliver it. Alongside the pressure to produce came the increasing visibility that social media brought. While it had helped her build an audience, it also left her exposed to constant scrutiny. Online platforms, while offering fans a closer connection to their idols, also give room for harsh criticism. Comments on Beabadoobee's music videos and posts became polarized. Some praised her for being real, others attacked her for not maintaining the same sound that originally made her popular. This kind of divided response only added to the emotional toll, as artists like Beabadoobee struggled to please both longtime fans and new listeners while also evolving artistically. Beabadoobee, who once seemed like an indie darling untouched by the mainstream, now found herself tangled in the complexities of fame, fighting to stay relevant in an ever-changing industry. One of the most significant and highly publicized moments in Beabadoobee's fall was the can't sing controversy.
Artists who can sing vs who can't. Like, just tell me you don't get no girls. Just tell me, like, your mother didn't love you. Just like.
This whole thing started when Beabadoobee was caught up in a weird viral joke that was going around on TikTok. It was one of those memes where people were comparing her singing ability to NBA Youngboy's voice, saying she can't sing while Youngboy supposedly could.
Okay, artists who can sing vs who can't. I still got more money than you, and you're still a man. So.
It was all just trolling, meant to be a funny jab, with no one really attacking her talent. But instead of brushing it off or seeing it for what it was, Beabadoobee reacted in a way that caught everyone off guard. She saw it as some personal attack and went on a rant about it. She posted an Instagram story where she completely went off, saying things like, "I get more girls than you," and mocking her critics. But the way she approached it only made the situation worse. People expected her to laugh it off, maybe even joke about the meme herself. Instead, she made it seem like she couldn't take a little online trolling. Her followers, many of whom had supported her for her down-to-earth and genuine vibe, were shocked by how she handled it. Rather than turning the tables and showing she could laugh at herself, she dug in her heels, making her seem petty and out of touch with the very fans who were just there for the fun of the meme. To make matters worse, Beabadoobee kept feeding the fire, not backing down even when things started to escalate. The meme went from a harmless joke to an all-out viral moment. People weren't just making fun of her, they were starting to drag her, and now she was the one getting roasted. The more she reacted negatively, the more people piled on, and instead of winning sympathy, she lost it fast. What could have been a short-lived meme turned into a full-on controversy because of how she handled it. Despite the challenges and the fall she has experienced, Beabadoobee's story is not one of complete defeat. If anything, her story reflects the reality of modern fame. It's not always linear. Artists often go through phases of self-doubt, criticism, and reinvention. What makes Beabadoobee's future hopeful is her unwavering commitment to her craft. She may have faced setbacks, but her ability to evolve as an artist is undeniable. Fans who initially gravitated to her authenticity still find value in the music she creates, even if it doesn't always meet the expectations set by her early success. Looking ahead, the key for Beabadoobee will be finding balance, embracing her own growth as an artist while staying true to the roots that made her beloved in the first place. The online world is relentless, but if she can find peace with herself, her fans, and her art, there's no doubt that her journey is far from over. The fall may have been hard, but it's also paved the way for what could be an even greater rise.